Hi there, guys. So this is going to be my post-weekend Blackpool weekend. Hello, guys. So this is going to be my post-Blackpool weekend 2015 video. Just to really tell you what sort of like we got up to on the actual day. Started really early, picked Novabug and Chris and Michael Burhan up from Pinner. Then we proceeded to see Scott, the console Scott, picked him up on the way to Blackpool. I think there was a bit of an accident on the motorway, so we were quite delayed. We then went to see Richard Turner, who very, very kindly put on some bacon butties, tea and biscuits for us. So it was really nice to go and see Rich. Thank you very much again, mate. I will say that. Very hospitable of you. And just a real sort of diamond geezer to actually do that. Diamond geezer to do that. So that was really nice of you, mate. So thank you very much for that. We then went on to Blackpool, found our bed and breakfast, which eventually we got booked in because we had a bit of a nightmare. The one that we booked before, the Stretton Hotel, I think it was called, cancelled on us like sort of last minute, the day before, actually, the Thursday. And Chris from Overbug was running around trying to get us a replacement, which actually worked out okay because the St James's was lovely. It was really nice rooms, and obviously really nice breakfast in the morning, which was lovely. So that was good. I don't know if Scott and Mike appreciated the double bed that they were staying in, but hey, there's winners and losers on there. So yeah, we then met up with Steve from Retro and Lim and a few others. I'm not going to name names because again, it's I'm going to get in that sort of like, oh yeah, I met you, da, 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 da. And then later on I'm going to forget somebody. So I'm not going to mention too many names when I'm chatting my or telling my stories and such. We all met up. We were supposed to meet up in Funny Girls, which was kind of like a drag bar, but we never did in the end. We went to sort of like local Wetherspoons, which was nice nevertheless. So we then went out to the Norbrick Hotel and met up with all the other tubers who were there at the time. Loads of tubers again, sort of like I recalled my love romance with Raz. We had a little hug. Jumped on me again. I actually prompted that because I really wanted him to jump on me for some reason. Usual suspects. I'm not going to name names because I'll get into that sort of ropey forgetting names. But Dan Central, lovely to meet you, mate. I mean, we've obviously we do the Sunday stroll together, and so we've spoken quite a lot, and it's just really nice to put a face to a name. If that makes sense, even though I knew your face, it doesn't make sense, does it? Talking shit. So yeah, we spent the evening up there, which was really nice. Obviously, sort of met up with quite a few people, but care for the retro game consider. I will say this, mate. We spent a lot of time at the weekend together. Really, really nice to meet you, mate. Because and then another sort of genuine. Generally nice person. JL76 and Bob. I am naming names, aren't I? I'm terrible. We met you in the bar beforehand in the afternoon, didn't we? So that was good. Who was there in the bar? We met Jim, Monkey Spaz, of course. Kev. Who else was at the table? Michael, Steve, Retro and Lim. Who else was on our table? See, this is what happens. Harry Yak, of course, he was there. JL76 Gaming, he was there. Bob was there. I've just said that. This is terrible. I'm going to stop this. So yeah, back to the Norbrick. Had a few pints with various different people. Kev made his own sort of like slushy vodka style drink, which was quite nice actually. I quite enjoyed that. And then sort of sort of like we wound down at there. I think it was around about midnight. We sort of made our way back to the bed and breakfast and retired for the evening. So Saturday we all woke up, had a lovely breakfast. Went out to Norbrick. Obviously, that's where the event sort of starts. Got our press passes, which was really nice. You felt quite sort of like special. Special needs for press people. That came out, like I was saying, special needs. I'm not talking about special needs, but sort of special needs because we needed press pass. So we sort of like bypassed all the queues. Went to see Dave, the organizer of Play Blackpool, and got our press passes. So it's for us to get in. And yeah, so we went to the event. I clocked the arcades. I did see a Star Wars arcade straight away. Ran straight towards that. Return of Jedi one, the one with the where you're on the speeder bike, then you're the Millennium Falcon. I sort of jumped on that for like 10-15 minutes, which was cool. Then I was walking around with James Monkey Spaz for a fair old bit. We're into the trading zone. I know there'll be a bit of sort of debate about the trading zone. But I think it's different if you go actually looking for something. I had nothing in mind to buy, just whatever caught my fancy. I did buy a few bits and pieces, but there was nothing really that sort of like what I went to buy. So I think if you went to buy something and you were disappointed that it wasn't there, I can sort of understand that it's a bit of a disappointment. But I found it okay. I clocked the sort of Funko Pop stall, which was quite funky, and there was another guy selling, or another company selling posters and games and whatnot. So again, show you that in my pickups. So yeah, we were walking around, and then around about sort of midday-ish, I think we done our retro unlim panel, which was really good crack. There was quite a few of us in the room. And so we sort of like got asked loads of questions, but great banter. Just like a really, really fun thing to do with like great people. So that was really good. And again, that'll be coming up on Retro and Lim's live stream channel, or maybe. No, it will be. It will be definitely. But that was really good fun. So that was a couple of hours. We then sort of went back to the trading zone, mingling with people, chatting to people, which was cool and dandy. Didn't have a go on the Oculus Rift, so I'm a bit pissed off about because I really wanted to. But when we got there, it was just queues, and it was disappointing really. Me and Monkey Spaz had a bit of a Street Fighter face off. It was close at one point. I think I hit him once, and the rest he just hammered me. So I think he's the queen of Street Fighter. King. I mean King. I said King afterwards. So he's the king of Street Fighter. So that was kind of the event. Obviously the trading, the games, and mingling, which obviously is what we all went for, really, just to mingle and chat to people. We went back to the bed and breakfast afterwards. Then we went out for the evening. We sort of hit town. We went to the Litten Tree pub. Again, we were supposed to meet in Funny Girls, but that just didn't materialise. Unfortunately, it was a good crack. And the only thing I can, not the only thing I can remember from the evening, but the main thing I can remember for the evening is you get 4 pints or 4 bottles for £10 in the Elite Club, I think it was, a gentleman's club, and it's £5 a tip, supposedly. So yeah, that's what I've taken from the evening. We sat there. There was quite a few people there. Bit of a crack. We had some visitors as well. A few selfies were taken. Strategically placed selfies, should we say, John? I think that's the best way to say them. But yeah, that was a really good crack. And again, Kev sort of like surprised us with two big jugs of sort of cocktail type thing, and then John JL76 gaming sort of joined in on that with the cocktails. We were then sort of infiltrated by two ladies Blackpool ladies, should we say? And that was interesting. Yeah, that was kind of different. We then got dragged off to a karaoke bar by said individuals, and I get the idea they were kind of freeloaders. Saw a group of like guys and thought, right, okay, well, what can we get out of it? And they didn't get too much, so they sort of headed off at the end. In that karaoke bar, unfortunately, they had a punch bag machine, which I think quite a few of us were like, I'm a man, bang, bang. And it turns out that we're not very manly at all. And some guy in a red shirt is more man than any of us put together. So that was quite amusing. So a few pounds was spent in that punch bag machine. We then went off to Pop World, I think it's called, which was kind of like our nightclub for the evening. Which was good fun. Again, we went there last year. Smelled a bit better this year than it did last year. It smelled a bit of piss, which wasn't very pleasant. But last year we did have masks, and I did get some video footage of JL76 game dancing. And this year, unfortunately, none of that happened. We didn't get the masks. We didn't get John dancing, and there was no pissy smell. So, bit of a downer there. I headed off quite early because I wanted to catch a boxing. This was sort of like I headed off about 20 to 4 in the morning, early, to catch boxing. And unfortunately, I just couldn't find it on a stream anywhere. So I stayed up till 4 o'clock, and Steve, Retro and Lim, Mr. Richards, sent me a message saying, like, can you find a stream? I was like, no. He then turned around, I'm in bed at this time, and it's due to start at 4 o'clock, and I'm barely holding my eyes open, and he's like, I hear it's going to start at 4:30, and I was like, no, fuck that, that's it, game over. I think Chris Shanked booked us into a casino up by the hotel, and the Norbreck Hotel, and it was just no way I was going to make it. I mean, it became clear after sort of like 7 pints that at 11 o'clock at night that I was just not going to make it all the way back to the hotel. So we sort of like set our things and we would go watch it on the phone. So yeah, Steve told me it was delayed by half an hour. It was going to start at 4:30, and I thought, no, fuck that. So I went to sleep. to sleep, woke up naturally, checked the results. Obviously, like my boy Mayweather won, even though I didn't want him to, but I knew he was going to. Which was cool. And then sort of throughout the day, I had other plans to everybody else. They went back up to Norbreck. I sat in my car and watched the football like a loser. But, hey, the big game, had to watch it. And then went back to the hotel. I didn't actually go back in. Didn't have my wristband for the day, so I thought, well, okay, I'll just stay there. Turned up, picked the boys up, said goodbyes. A few people I didn't say goodbye to, which I'm a bit gutted about. Shocks, Rich King Retro as well, and like pretty much everybody else really. So yeah, a little bit gutted about that. Again, it's kind of like a whirlwind where you turn up and like so much there and so much there and so much there, and then you get dragged over to that corner, and then before you know it, people have left, or they sort of moved on, or they moved into their own little groups and so on. So it's just the way it is. It's just the way it goes. It's you when I say it's unfortunate that you don't speak to people more than you should. I think it's just always going to be that way, unfortunately. So unless you sort of make a habit of sort of like going towards, but then you kind of you've got your people that you get on really well with, and it's kind of like a safe bubble where you just talk to them all night. I think anyway. So yeah, we took a few pictures. Me and Chris done a couple of special home and aways as well on Saturday, which was good, which will be uploaded soon. That was good fun. We did go to a casino on Saturday, an arcade, which has got more fruit machines than games, but that was quite good fun. We got we got a bit of video footage there, and we played a wicked little Pac-Man game. I'm going to try and get some footage of that and possibly pop it up there. But it was Pac-Man as you know it, but you could have a 4-player game, and so basically it's like last man standing, you've got the ghosts running around, but you've also got each other running around, and you kind of like eat a pill and you go big, and then you can eat the other three people that are playing the games. Is class. Really, really good, really good game. Small things, I guess. Small things, please, small minds. So yeah, pretty much then, sort of like we headed off. Novabug done the Oliver Twins interview, which was really good. You know, I think he's really getting into that kind of like, you know, he wants to do a bit more for retro anime, where you know, things like interviewing people is sort of like, you know, it's kind of the next step. And I said to Steve that I would like to do that maybe next time. So get a bit more involved in sort of like the retro anime side. Whether my interview skills are up to it or not, I really don't know. But yeah, I would like to try all that. So yeah, then we headed off. Had a bit of an incident on the way down, but or way back home, and kind of didn't get home to. Well, I didn't get home until about 10:30. So obviously dropping people off on the way. I will say a couple of things though. I mean, the people I had in my car were fucking spot on. So you know, made it real sort of like entertainment on the way up and entertainment on the way down. I was a bit worried because obviously it's a long trip. So, but yeah, no, it was all good on watching that wasp, because he's kind of coming down and you fucking self, you fucking piss off. Anyway, so yeah, pretty much that's my Blackpool ramble. Gonna do my pickups video now. Gotta upload this while I'm doing that. And so yeah, I'd just like to thank everybody that I've seen, everybody that like I spoke to. I've missed loads of people out, but that was always going to happen again, unless you sit there with a list. But even if you've got a list, you miss people out. It's good to see new faces, good to see old faces, and yeah, so just another sort of like another 3 days to go. Before the next one, see if they do it on the same weekend, of course. But yeah, that's my ramble. Sorry, it has turned into a ramble. But yeah, I'm still a little bit spaced out actually. Kind of one of those weekends. It's Bank Holiday Monday today, so I'm going to upload this now. But yeah, I'm kind of a little bit still, I think. Anyway. So pickups videos coming up next. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for commenting. Thank you very much everybody who went to play Blackpool, because you are what made it awesome. Thanks for watching guys. Take care.